Good evening, everybody. Superbird Diecast. We are here with our draft lottery to determine the seating of each of our cars. These are all of our racers, including this car in package, which was given to me by one of my friends. So we had 23 people enter the tournament. Check your numbers, which are right here. We wanted to have a full 32 car tournament, but that's okay. We are gonna have a 24 car tournament, but there was 23 entries. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this generic car into the mix. However, it will not be eligible for a buy into the second round. And it will be the last person on the wheel remaining will race this car. So there will be 8 buys into the second round, as the other 16 cars will have to earn a spot into the second round. The first 8 people that are drawn from the wheel will be put aside for the bye. And without further ado, let's start spinning the wheel. I want to thank everybody for joining in, and I will definitely be doing more tournaments like this in the future. And number 10, I believe. Yep. So it's number 10. That is my friend's car, which is this car in package, and they will have a buy into the second round. And joining them in a buy will be number 8. So who is driving in number 8? That is Tampa's Diecast and Holla, and he is driving his T-Bird Stalker, which is in a neon yellow, which looks really cool. So that's Tampa's Diecast and Holla. And our third buy will be number 18. So that is on the back of our page here. And that's Dane self. He said I could put him in any car. I hope he likes the car I chose. I put him in the Hudson Hornet, which looks like a very fast car. Alright, so we are on to our 4th buy. And who's going to be our 4th buy? The wheel I use will be in the description down below, everybody. And that's going to be number 14. So that's on the bottom of this page. It's the Fellowship of Diecast in the Chevy C10. And that's our 4th buy. We are halfway through our buys that will go into the second round. The rest of the cars will be racing in the first round. And our 5th buy is number 17. I believe it might go to 19, but no, it's number 17, which is Amazing Cars 13, who is driving in the Honda Civic Type R, which is the regular of the Super Treasure Hunt. So these are our buy cars so far. We have 3 more buys to determine who will it be. Let's see. We have ourselves what appears to be number 9. Who is number 9? Oh, it's myself. And I'm driving in the car that did very well in JDC's drag strip racing. Now check that out if you haven't. In the 70 Superbird, which is the regular of the Super Treasure edition. So we have 2 more buys. Who are those final 2 buy spots gonna go to? Let's find out. Going around the wheel, where's it going to land? Nobody knows. And it appears it's going to be 23. It's our last entry. That is DDR Digital Diecast Racing in the Porsche Taycan. We have 1 more buy, and the rest will have to battle in the first round for their playoff spots. And the final buy spot will go to number 15. Who is number 15? That is Datsunman Diecast in the R35 GTR. And our buy cars consist of my friends in the Mazda Savannah, Tampa's Diecast and Holla in the T-Bird Stalker, Dane self in the Hudson Hornet, the Fellowship of Diecast in the Chevy C10, Amazing Cars 13 in his Honda Civic Type R, along with my Superbird DDR Digital Diecast Racing in the Taycan, and Datsunman Diecast in his R35. And without further ado, now it's time to determine our racing for the first round. The first car that will be chosen for the first round is number 22. And number 22 is Northeast Ohio Diecast and Treasures, driving in the 70 Dodge Challenger. That looks like a mean and aggressive car that will be going down our track. Our next racer is going to be number 21. Oh no, it goes to number 1. It looks like it's going to be CJD555 in his 70 Chevelle SS. And so that's going to be the Northeast Ohio Diecast and Treasures versus CJD555 in his 70 Chevelle SS. It is time to determine our next set of races. And that looks like it's going to go to number 5, which is the Mustang Hunter Diecast, driving in the Mustang GT concept. I tried to go with a car that looked like his real car, which will be on screen right now. It's an absolutely beautiful car, and check it out if you haven't seen it before. And our next racer, who will be facing the Mustang Hunter, is spot number 20. And that's Mike's Mods and Customs, driving in the 70 Camaro. And it looks like we are going through these really fast, and there's a lot less spots on the wheel than there was before. And it's time to pick our third racer. And that's gonna go to spot number 3. It almost goes to number 4. That is gonna be Rusty Martin in the 67 GTO in blue. I forgot to mention, we have 2 67 Pontiac GTOs in this. So we have Rusty Martin in the blue one, and we have Gary's Diecast collection in this yellow one, which is back there. That'd be quite an interesting race if we got the yellow versus the blue. And now it's time for our next set of racers. Who's gonna race Rusty Martin? It's spot number 12, Old Man Diecast, driving in the 69 Copo Camaro with the Falcon livery. This is a beautiful car. And I was gonna give this car to Mike's Mods and Customs, and I was gonna put it down the track for him since he had his challenge, our former King of the Hill. Check that out if you haven't. And it's time to determine our final race on the left side of the bracket. The first car that will be selected for that final race is going to be number 4, which is King Nissan, driving in the Datsun 240Z. And who will be facing King Nissan? It's time to find out, as I just get this stuff a little more organized. And it looks like number 19. That's on the back side of the page. We have Gary's Diecast collection in the 67 GTO in yellow. So I was struggling to find some GTOs. We have 3 GTOs. 2 of them are the 67 GTOs, which are driven by Gary's Diecast collection and Rusty Martin. And we have Mountain 66 Diecast in the 2006 GTO. I was struggling to find some GTOs. Alright, so we are down to the final 7 spots. One of them will be racing the Zuru's Metal Machines car, which is a generic car and will be almost like a buy, I would think, because I don't expect that to be a fast car. Number 11 on the front side of the page is Mountain 66 Diecast in the 06 GTO, as mentioned prior. And that's a beautiful casting, one of my favorites for the 2021 model year. Who will be racing Mountain 66 Diecast? Let's find out. And it's gonna be number 2. I believe that's Rapid Nismo in the Toyota MR2. And yes, it is. So Rapid Nismo in his MR2, I believe that's one of the only, if not the only Matchbox in this entire tournament. We are down to the final 5 spots. Who's going to be our next set of racers? We have number 13. That is going to be Honest Diecast in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS in purple. The regular of the Super Trudge Hunt, which is his all-time favorite Super. check out his channel if you haven't. I will put everybody's channels in the link down below. By the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably the weekend, as we are down to our final 4 spots. Number 7, which is Zelda's Diecast Racing in the 96 Porsche Carrera. So we have an all Porsche matchup. That's going to be a good race between Zelda's Diecast Racing and Honest Diecast. Final 3 spots. We have 16, 6, and 21. It's going to land on number 21. That is on the back side of the cage. And that is Mayhem Diecast Collective, who is on Instagram. So I let some people on Instagram join this tournament as well. And please check the people who are on Instagram for this tournament. And he's driving in the Audi R8 Spider, the red one from 2020's P-Case. And our final wheel spun. Okay, so the wheel landed on 16. Apologies for the cut. Our camera was messing up again. And I made a mistake. So number 16 was actually Datsunman Diecast. And I thought he was spot number 15. Spot number 15 actually belongs to CLS_custom Hot Wheels, driving in the Honda S2000. So he's going to get the bye. And Datsunman Diecast will go up against the R8. Which means our final car would be Jay's Diecast Creation in the Circle Trucker. In the Circle Tracker, I always get those two confused. And that means he is going to be driving against the generic vehicle. So, I will be back once I get a nice proper format for all of these cars. We have our brackets set. In the first round, it's going to be Northeast Ohio Diecast in the 70 Challenger facing against CJD555 in that Chevelle, followed by the Mustang Hunter and Mike's Mods and Customs, Rusty Martin Diecast and Old Man Diecast. We have King Nissan going against Gary's Diecast Collection. Then we have Mountain 66 Diecast and Rapid Nismo, Honest Diecast and Zelda Racing. Zelda Diecast Racing, that's my mistake. Next, we have Mayhem Diecast Collective in the R8 versus Datsunman Diecast in his R35. And that's followed by JDC going up against the generic not even off-road car, it's just an off-brand car. And now it's time to look at our buys. We have my buddy who gave me this Mazda RX-7. We have Tampa's Diecast and Holla. And I should mention, the winner of this race goes up and plays against the Savannah. The winner of this race will go up and play against Tampa's Diecast and Holla, and so on and so forth. So the GTO and the Camaro would go up against Dane Self and the Hudson Hornet. Winner of the other GTO and 240Z will go up against the C10 driven by the Fellowship of Diecast. And so on and so forth. Anyways, you get it. We have Amazing Cars 13, myself and the Superbird. We have the Porsche Taycan driven by DDR, and the Honda S2000 driven by CLS_custom Hot Wheels. And I hope you guys are happy with your spots in the lottery, and I hope to see you when the races begin, which we're still trying to determine a new spot for the racing since it's going to be really cold for any more outdoor racing. Happy hunting and stay safe. Peace.